Good morning, everyone. This is our final lesson to review before you take your quiz. Your quiz is only 10 or 12 questions. I can't remember what I made it. It's pretty short compared to what your worksheets are. So we're going to start with two problems where we have to convert the fractions to decimals. Okay, by now, we should all be masters at this. Try to find a good spot here to put my phone so you guys aren't completely obstructed. Let me turn off this light overhead. There we go. That's better. Okay. So we are going to convert this mixed number, -4 2/5, into a decimal. So to start with, I need to bring that whole number over, write it down. I'll go ahead and put my decimal. The only thing left for me to do is to write 2/5 as a decimal. So 2 divided by 5, I hit equals, and I end up with 0.4. In this case, it's going to be -4.4. So -4 and 4/10. Okay, number 2, 11/20. This looks a little different from what we've done, in the past. I gave you one that looked a little funky. That way you would kind of step back and be like, well, I should still do that the same way as I did all the other problems. Okay, so we're going to do 11. If I can get my phone, there we go. 11 divided by 20. We get 0 and 55 hundredths. So as my answer, 0 and 55. It's a little out of, there we go. 0 and 55 hundredths. Okay, our final question for review. This is the ones where we have to list out these numbers in order from least to greatest. By now, you should know that least to greatest, if you do it on a number line, least to greatest on a number line is the same thing as left to right on a number line. So we're going to start by converting 3 1/4. So 3 decimal. And we have to figure out what 1 divided by 4 is. 1 divided by 4, which you can't hardly see that, is 0 and 25 hundredths. In this case, it's going to be 3 and 25 hundredths. Okay, my next number, I don't have to do. It didn't work. Let me move it here. It's already in decimal form, so I can write it down. Then I have to convert -7/8. I have to remember to bring my negative to my answer and then convert it. Okay, so I'm going to type in 7 divided by 8. Ooh, and I get something long. So I have 0 and 875 thousandths. Okay, the last one, you should have this memorized by now. We're going to have the -3, and 1/2 is the same thing as decimal 5. So by now, I want you to have that memorized. 1 divided by 2, 0.5. In this case, instead of being 0, it's going to be -3.5. Okay, the next step in order to get my correct answer is going to be putting them on a number line. So again, I have our number line because I stopped by school before all this snow and got it. I'm going to plot my points on here. So 3.25. That's going to be about right here. But I know that it's not really 3.25. It's 3 1/4. That's how I'll have to write it in my answer. So that's what I'm going to write on my number line. Save myself a step. Okay. My next number to graph is 2 7/10. I'm actually going to go below. I haven't went below before, but I don't have enough room up here. So 2.7. My next number is negative 875 thousandths. So that's not quite 1, but it's not far from 1. Which side of the number line would this go on? Would it go on the left side or the right side of the number line? If you're thinking left, you are correct because it has that negative right there. So I'm going to go on the left side of the number line. And I know I'm not quite at negative 1. So I'm just going to make a little guess right there. It's about where it's at. Negative 7/8. Then I need to graph negative 3.5. So negative 3 and halfway to 4 is negative 3. I'm not going to put 0.5 because it's written as a fraction. 0.5 is just to make it easier to graph. Okay, now that I have all those done, I just have to write them from least to greatest, or from left to the right. So I'm going to slide this up because I'm almost out of room. I better put it about right here. Kind of cover up that problem a little bit. Okay, so from left to right, my leftmost number is negative 3.5. Then I have negative 7/8, followed by, this is the one where we got to be careful because I wrote it in a different spot. This one is 2 7/10, so 2.7. And the furthest most to the right is negative, not negative, I'm sorry, 3.1/4. And there is my final correct answer. Okay, that's it. You are free to take your quiz. Take your time on it. Don't rush. Tomorrow you will have multiplication tables to do just like we always have had on Fridays. Okay, good luck on your quiz, and I hope I get to see you guys on Monday. Bye, guys.